The Breakfast Club has been in the news for good things and bad things over the past couple of years, but this one right here is kind of strange. So
Mm-hmm.
they have been doing a bunch of guest appearances as far as who was going to replace Angela Yee because she's got her own syndicated program now. Congrats
Mm-hmm.
to her.
Yep.
But they've been doing a lot of different co-hosts or possible co-hosts on their show for the past year. And Jess Hilarious was one of them that was more so a staple on the show. She had appeared more than most, and she had announced back in December that she was going to be the next co-host of the show. But here recently, after the new year, they still hadn't had Jess Hilarious on the show, and Charlemagne and DJ Envy had made some comments about not having a co-host and them not hiring anybody and them being tired of being on the show by themselves and seeing each other, just kind of making jokes about it.
Mm-hmm.
There had also been an instance where DJ Envy had made some comments about, so where Charlemagne and DJ Envy made some comments about SZA and being the Mary J. Blige generation, yada, yada, yada. And Just Hilarious had came out and said these N-words is trash and Envy needed to shut up. I know artists be pissed when old heads do this because now everybody negatively comparing SZA to MJB, and it ain't even her fault. She has her own identity. So all of this negativity swirling around the Breakfast Club with Just Hilarious and then trying to figure it out. The question is starting to arise, at least between us, is are they doing this for publicity? I'm spitting. Are they doing this for publicity just to bring some more viewers and listeners to the show? What do you think about this whole situation with Just Hilarious and the Breakfast Club, D-Lo?
I definitely see this as a possibility of them using it as publicity for the show. People don't feel the same way that they once felt about the Breakfast Club. You know, at one point in time, the Breakfast Club was where you can get those exclusive interviews from various resources, whether it's within the Black culture or outside. You know, you might get, an opinion of something on the opposite side of what you actually think about politically. You know what I mean? They have politicians that come there, activists that come there, and to the show. Or, you know, you can just get those times where you have Birdman acting a fool and walking out or, you know, upset. So it used to be the place where you could go and find what you're looking for when it comes to content within the Black culture and just on the fringe of outside of Black culture. But nowadays there are so many outlets that you can get content from and interviews from Black culture that it's kind of washed them. I'm not going to say it's washed them away. Obviously, they're still one of the top podcast radio shows there is. However, the hold that they have on the community isn't as strong as it is. And so I can 100% see them using this as a way. You know, Jess Hilarious has a following, and you know, I can definitely see them using this as a way of pulling in a little bit, using the emotion of why y'all doing my girl like this or why y'all doing her like that to bring in a new viewership or to bring back those that they may have lost or just to stop the bleeding. Whatever the reason is, I can see that them using this as one of those. And so to me, the back and forth with, is she hired 1 week, 2 weeks ago, she says she was hired, or 3 weeks ago, whenever you said back in January before the year started, she said that she was hired. Then 2 weeks ago, she was like, she basically said that she's not hired, like they trash and she's not going to be working with them. And then she releases a video where it's like, it looked like, you remember the end scene, the wedding scene in Coming to America, when Lisa come down Akeem didn't know it was Lisa coming down the aisle, and then when he unveils her pops out from out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And then all is good. It seemed like she come as they savior. You know what I mean? And so, you know, you really were going to give this all up for me? Absolutely, we can still do it now if you want to.
Facts.
Nah. Yeah, that's exactly what it seemed like. It seemed like something scripted that they did on the Breakfast Club.
Nah, facts. And even DJ Envy came out and said, you know, whenever he was hearing all the fake, what he was calling fake news, he was like, they were actually doing a photo shoot, and these people online are talking about Jess didn't get the job. What is going to happen to Jess now? It just goes to show that's what happens when too many people have a microphone or a computer in front of them. He said, he goes on to say, He goes on to say, Jess is a comedian and she can go toe to toe with both of us. This is what Jess does for a living. She's funny. She's witty. If you ever go to Jess stand-up comedy shows, if they say something, she's going to snap back. I think Jess brings a lot to the table and I can't wait to have her on the show. So she is going to be on the show. She starts on February the 5th, which is Monday. So she is going to actually be on the show. But
when was this interview that Envy did? Sorry to cut you off.
This was no, you good. No, you good. You good. This was reported yesterday by Entertainment Exclusive. Okay. Or Page 6. Page 6. This is the page that it's on.
Yeah.
So page6.com did an interview. Tashara Jones on Page 6 did an interview with him yesterday, or published yesterday. So it might have been before that. But yeah, so she starts on February the 5th. It says he added the Baltimore comedian. She won't be in New York until February the 5th when she starts. So we're hearing a lot of fake news and these hating comments. So yeah.
It's just, and before you go, I just want to, if that is the case, if you felt like that about her and what she brings to the show, and she can go toe to toe with both of y'all, and she's witty, then why is she, you know what I'm saying? Why is she saying one thing and then going back to another, then coming back to what she originally said? And then why are y'all getting so defensive when people ask you about her on the show, on your show, or just in general, or say anything about the situation? So that's why it's like, that's, and it's, again, they've been the big player in so long. They're under iHeartRadio. We know that old dogs don't die easily, right?
Facts.
So the media will do anything to keep their place and keep that money coming in. And so,
for sure.
And you know me, I'm always skeptical when it comes to stuff like this.
100%. And I agree with you. I agree with you because the way things are playing out and the way that DJ Envy and Charlamagne were talking on the radio about how I don't know who the next host going to be. I'm waiting for them to hire somebody. I'm getting tired of seeing you every day and talking to you only every day. I'm getting tired of the way they were doing this. I was, whenever we were talking about this, I was like, yeah, I can see what you mean, D-Lo, about this might be a little bit of a publicity stunt and stringing people along to get people to watch and listen because people want to see Jess. Jess is hilarious. That's her name, no pun intended. But Jess is hilarious, and she does have a good personality. She deserves to be on the radio because of the way she talks and where she's from. She's from Baltimore, so she's going to put on for a city. So I agree. What's laughing at?
Because when you say. You said she deserves to be on the radio. Like people say that people do radio because they can't be on TV. They don't have the looks to be on TV. That's why I laugh. And then in my head, when you said that, I picture Martin saying, "This face belongs on the tizoob."
The tizoob.
You remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah. When he was about to start his TV show. So I do.
Yeah.
But I mean, that Facebook. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that. But anyway, but yeah, she deserves the opportunity to be on the radio. I would just say it like that. So because she will be good. She will bring a different energy than what Angela Yee brought. Because Angela Yee was good at what she did. She deserved her syndicated show.
She was chill.
She was real chill, kind of laid back. She didn't have the rambunctious attitude and personality as what Just Hilarious has. So she's gonna bring a different energy to the show. And I'm kind of excited to see what kind of energy she does bring to the show of Breakfast Club, because they do need a little bit more fire to the show a little bit, because Charlamagne said some controversial things. DJ Envy is kind of laid back in his own right, but he has some takes that are controversial as well. But
he's going through a bunch of stuff
right now legally as well, as we talked about on the show about a couple months back. So she's going to bring a lot of energy and a lot of fire to the show. That's probably what the show kind of needs right now. So I can't wait for her to be on it. Oh, y'all still here. That must mean y'all love the content. And if that is the case, there's a video on the screen right here. Go ahead and click that, view that. We're sure you're going to love that one as well. And we still have the 600 subscriber goal. So if you love us and support us, hit that button on the screen right there to subscribe to the channel. And we on all your streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcast.